I don't think an event about Frank, his funeral event, would be complete without a female voice here, because he loved his women. And there's so many of us here. I'm in a minority, I suspect, in that I don't know Frank because of athletics. Steve Connor, who I know would have loved to have been here, loved Frank. He was the father he never had, bought a house down for him in Cape Town. Jane, Bernadine, myself would go down there maybe 3 or 4 times, I think. And my memories of Frank, all day I've been having these imaginary conversations, and one of the most frequent things he would do is hold your hand, stroke the back of it, and a husky whisper, attempt what he thought was a seductive voice, and say, "So, darling, tell me about your lovers." They were usually very short conversations, way too short for him because he wanted detail. And I'm sitting at the table at the back today at the funeral talking to a lady who's the mother of one of the athletes, and so she was saying to me, "He did that to me too. My husband would be on the sofa next to me," which is so frank. Thanks.
Hi everyone, I'm Horwill Funeral. I met Frank in the late 90s. I think, in a nutshell, what I adored most about him is what I jotted down in those programme notes, rejecting the herd instinct, which is the most anti-powerful human emotion. We follow the herd, don't we? And I have been told that I also have rejected the herd instinct in my time, so I always had that bond with him. And it's only 1% of athletes who have that amazing talent and fast twitch muscles and stuff like that. Most of us who trained with him would not have gone on to represent our countries, and were just doing it for the love of it, like I was. And I was a bit of a grinder, but I always felt completely at home in his group, that as long as I finished the session, that I was his comrade. And after going down to his group for about 6 months, just there loitering at the top of the hill, was where we used to start the Battersea sessions, were 2 very fetching young ladies, and I was with just one other chap, so it was just 4 of us for a Saturday session. A couple of us kind of arrived later, but it was just 4 of us. It was just like being on a perfect double date, a perfect double blind date. And I immediately fancied one of them, and I was worried that my comrade would have fancied her as well. And we were just doing a bridge loop, the 3K bridge loop, and halfway around it he goes, "So Will, what do you think of the Hungarian chick who is in San Francisco today?" That's funny. And I went, "Phew, I don't think I'm like someone. No, she's from Somerset, that's fine." And 2 years later, I pulled her on her 25th birthday, kidnapped her from, she was supposed to be going home in the cabbie, but I whispered in the cabbie's ear, and 3 years later I married her, so I met my wife in Frank's group, Dorothy, over there, who ran 2:06 as a 16-year-old, not bad, and our son Seb is Frank's godson, and Seb and Frank loved each other very much. So, apart from 12 years of wonderful running, and my wife and my children, I have little to thank him for.
People say Frank is generous, it's to a fault, yes, but I think that the athletes around him have been very generous to him. I've seen so many of them, they've been pooling this generosity, and I think it's terrific to see the 21st century squad, the table of younger lot, getting going. And I'd just like to finish with, I think back in 1993, there was a terrific article in BMC about Frank's take on training female runners. So I think that needs reprinting. Thank you.
My name is Brendan Hackett, and I'm the founder of the Irish Milers Club, hence the accent. But like everybody here, there's so many things that I could say.
You know, I've often said he's shrewd, he's intelligent, he's inspiring, he's loving, caring, eccentric. And I was over last year with my son, who was then 12, and brought him to a Premiership match, brought him to see a James Bond exhibition, brought him to various things in London, and we went to see Frank for the afternoon. And we got home, my wife said, "What was the highlight of your trip to London?" My visit to Frank Horwill. He did ask me, and I'm afraid I'm not in the same league, but I'm going to sing a song. I've been a wild rover for many's the year, and I spent all me money on women and beer. But now I'm returning with gold in great store, and I never will play the wild rover no more, and it's no nay never. No nay never no more will I play the wild rover. No never no more. I went into an alehouse I used to frequent, and I told the landlady my money was spent. I asked her for credit, she answered me nay. Such a custom like yours I can have any day, and it's no nay never. No nay never no more will I play the wild rover. No never no more.
I was one of the many athletes Frank coached during the late 70s and 80s, my teenage years and into my 20s. And one of my proudest moments was on a Sunday morning. I was in amongst lots of internationals. I was never an international, but I got national medals. But my proudest moment was coming on a Sunday morning and Frank announcing that Julie Vernon had got the Vartanen vest. It was a red vest we had to wear if we were the performance of the week. And the highlight of all those years for me, or one of many highlights, was that Sunday morning. I felt so proud to be amongst this group of people, and I was given Vartanen's vest to train in, so it was awesome.